Hello, my lovely cat people. It is I, Jackson Galaxy, and today we get to it, man. You send questions, I send answers. I send them to you magically across the webs, and we get to know our cats a little better. And really, that's all I want for you guys, is to know your cats a little better. And today, we get to know Audrey a little bit better and her cat, Marceline. And without any further ado, hey, kid Audrey.
Hello, Jackson. My name is Audrey, and I was wondering if you could give me some advice on my kitten, Marceline. This is Marcy. When she gets playful, she likes to bite a lot. Ow! No. What? No! Hey! No! Ow, 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 ow. She grabs onto hands and feet quite often and sinks her teeth in and kicks with her back paws like they're rabbits or something like that. I don't know where she got this behavior from. We never play with her with our hands or our feet. It's possible it's from the foster family. I only adopted her about a month and a half ago. I've tried squirt bottles, I've tried ignoring it, and I've tried just picking her up and moving her from the room when she starts it, and nothing's really reduced it at all. I play with her for 15 minutes 3 times a day before every meal with like an interactive toy, and then more if I can possibly, but she still really likes to come find me and attack my feet and just go into full play mode, and I really don't know how to stop that behavior. So if you have any tips and tricks about that, I could really use the advice.
And there we have it, Marceline the nibbler, Marceline the toothy, Marceline the and the bunny kicker. That crazy bunny kicking, you guys would think that getting bit hurts a lot. In nature, if a cat is feeling threatened, their best tool in terms of eviscerating their aggressor is their back legs, their back claws. I mean, that is the strongest muscles they got. So if something's on top of them and they start that bunny kick, they wrap their paws around and start bunny kicking, good luck, Mr. Fox. Good luck, Mr. Hawk. When that comes down to your arm, Audrey, that's gotta hurt like heck. And that's what we gotta try to stop. Obviously, that's why you wrote to me. Marcy is obviously a young cat. I mean, my guess is, just by looking at her right now, maybe 6 months old. So she's a kitten still. She's learning things. And you said that maybe this is something she learned in foster care. Probably not altogether, but what we can imagine is that she really didn't have a whole lot of guidance from her mom and her siblings. And then she gets raised by humans, and then, yeah, it takes a couple of mistakes, and she's like, oh, well, now this is fun. But I don't want to throw your foster parents under the bus. It may not have had anything to do with it. Usually foster parents are well trained in the big no of using your hands as toys, and then sometimes she just figures out that she gets a reaction that she likes. That's the prologue, the preface. Marcy is Marcy, and she's Marcy at her age, and she's really hyper, and she's just looking for fun in apparently all the wrong places. Okay, so that's that. Now let's get down to what we can do for you and for Marcy so that she has fun and you have all of your skin. To me, the most obvious thing here is you have this video right here of Marcy playing with a kicker. There we go. She loves kickers. And it seems like if we get that kicker in her claws before she goes for your arm, okay, now we're getting somewhere right now. She gets payoff from one thing, she doesn't get payoff from the other thing. Okay, so we have the yes, which is the kicker. And you should have kickers all over the house, by the way. Kickers that you have around that she can seek out, kickers that you have just hanging out in a drawer somewhere so that when you sort of see that look in her eyes, you're like, here, take this and not this. That is a great thing. The whole no, yes, I don't want you to do this. You're not gonna get payoff from this, but you are gonna get payoff from the other thing. How do we say, no, you're not gonna get payoff from this? So Audrey, you do say right here,
but I've tried everything to stop the behavior. I've tried squirt bottles.
So you're trying squirt bottles. Now take a look at this video right here, the thing I call squirt bottle diplomacy. It doesn't work. Squirt bottles are not my friend, and they're definitely not Marcy's friend, and they're not gonna be your friend either. Why? Because all they are is a no. All you're saying in that moment is, I really don't like this, go away. And what you're doing with that go away is you're also instilling just a little bit of fear in what's connected to that squirt bottle, which is you. So in the end, you are serving to help break down the bond between you and Marcy that is just now being formed. So take that squirt bottle, open the window, and hurl it out. Now, of course, if you live in a high-rise apartment, don't do that. and let's go for something that is a little more mutually beneficial and doesn't serve to build up all that energy. In Marcy, you're either putting energy into your cat or you're draining it out of your cat. Squirt, 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 and hope it goes away. Her energy bubble is still growing. It's still growing. You know that carnival game where you take the water gun and you fill up the clown's nose or head and then it pops? That's what's going on with Marcy. You're spraying and she's getting bigger. You say, no, go away. It's getting bigger. You lock her out of a room. It's going to get bigger. And now somebody else in your home is going to walk up to Marcy while she's like this, and good luck, not becoming legless or armless at that moment, because she knows through experience that all she has to do is attack and that bubble gets smaller again. You want to make sure that you have stuffed animals, kickers around the house, and it always helps if you can offer it up, because again, that's something where it's interactive. It's you and her. It's a bonding time, and she does take cues from you, believe it or not. And people don't think that with cats, but it is true. Of course, they thrive on interaction, okay? So you see that look in her eyes, it's like, yep, over there, and redirect her away from you, okay? You can start the action with something like a laser pointer. Laser pointers are effective tools. If your cat loves it, great, because these are things that you can attach to a belt loop. And then if she's starting to go a little nutty, whoop, out it comes, and she's going that way. She's going that way to try to chase a red dot. But in the long term, we're talking about that energetic bubble, she can't catch that thing. So it's, ooh, I'm so frustrated, I just want to bunny kick something. And that's when you can replace the red dot with a bunny kicker. Now, kick away to your heart's content. Kick, bite, gnaw, wrestle, do whatever it is that you do. Ha, it's not my arm or my leg. So what we're looking for is an effective way to say no to Marcy so that that yes is even more appealing. We've talked about how squirt bottles don't work, locking her out, not gonna work. All of those things serve to fill up that energetic bubble, and then she's just looking for that little energetic pin to pop it. My way of taking care of this is learning Marcy's cues. Marcy doesn't come out of nowhere and start bunny kicking. There's usually a precursor to it. Now here in your video, let's take a look at this. It's not like this languid, I'm just cleaning myself, life is good, bring me a Mai Tai kind of thing. That is letting us know that her energy is about ready to pop. So that's a cue for you to break out a toy and show her the fun that she can have with you that doesn't include presenting your flesh. Other cues that she could show you is if she's just walking around looking for stuff, if she's finding something and batting it around for 2 seconds and oh, that's not fun. She's going up into the drapes, knocking the drapes around. She's trying to get that energy out, and there is no better way for her than to latch on and do her bunny kick with you. So that's a cue for you in that moment to say, here, redirect, here's a toy. You present it to her, let her start going to town on it, then let go. It's saying yes proactively. I see it coming, let's take a hard left to something that actually works for us. And really, all that you need to do is one, study those cues, know when that energy bubble's getting big, and the second thing is have things on hand to redirect her with. Play equals pray. She's learning how to be her most mojo-rific self right now, and play is really the key to that whole thing. And finally, to the no of this whole thing, you've tried to redirect her, you've tried to get into her rhythm, and still she just wants a little nibble off that arm or leg. Really, your no has to be as less explosive as you can make it. So the whole ouch, 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 and the whole hey, stop it, and pushing away and doing all that stuff, that's not going to work. Removing her from the situation, or removing yourself from the situation, is the best way to do it. Now, you said that she was following you out of the room, bite, 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 I need to do this, I need to do this. Sure, that's where redirecting her onto a better toy is helpful, but really staying calm and just getting up and just not giving her the satisfaction is really the key. Remember, you are rewarding this to a certain degree. Your ouches and your protestations and all that, that is almost an invitation, especially at her age, to go and get it some more. So to the best of your ability, calmly just remove and then redirect. Remove, redirect. So we've talked about picking up cues, redirecting, having appropriate victims on hand. The last thing, establishing good sort of time habits. And that's about setting her body clock. And I've talked about this many times, the 3 R's. Routine, ritual, rhythm. If we build a rhythm to her life, then we've got ups and downs that are predictable, right? And we do that around having ritual. And our rituals are, we get up in the morning, we feed. Gotta get a little bit of energy, we can play it out of her a little bit, but especially at this age, it's a really crucial time to get into those good habits. And then, like you said, you play with her 3 times a day. Aha! I'm a big fan of playing before you eat. Remember, they're hunters, they're hunting, they then, they kill their prey and then they eat. Then you might see a little bit of a kick up of energy right after, especially at her age. So follow along with that. And then you're gonna start seeing her body start to sink into predictable cycles of up and down. And then you're gonna be able to read that body language more and know when a murderous bunny kick is coming your way. So that's it, Audrey. Hopefully I've been of some help to you and Marcy. Don't forget, she is going to grow out of this with time, but in the meantime, it's never too early to set her routine, her ritual, her rhythm into action. And you should start to see Marcy fall into line, okay? All right, Audrey, thank you so much for that question. All light and love to you and Marcy. And for you guys, don't forget, you can send in your questions. Remember to ask the question just like Audrey did. Show me what's going on just like Audrey did. And who knows, maybe I'll answer your question and maybe you'll get some sleep and maybe you'll have some skin left on your arms at the end of the day. That's what I'm here for. All right, you guys, until next time, don't forget, hit the bells, hit the whatever, subscribe, because this is how we find out what's going on in the world of cats, all right? Light, love, and mojo to you guys. Bunny kick, bunny kick, bunny kick. How do I do that? Anyhow, that's it. All right, made myself sweat.
Meow.